Hi guys, welcome to the next part of the WWE 2008 Brand Split Save. So, basically this is the next part. So basically we have got kind of a pre-show match, basically with the Divas. Obviously what I'm trying to do is trying to like make as many of these, and also the male roster as well. Well, superstars and divas, trying to like make them go like up in sort of stature. I mean, all these people are just kind of like they are unimportant right now. Basically, I'm gonna try and make them better. So, in this one, Michelle McCourt wins a 9-way match. 9-way elimination match, I'm pretty sure it was. We also had Eve Torres, who I'm just bringing up to see how she is. Connor's also gone up to the main roster. And basically what I'm doing is basically sending a load of superstars and divas for NXT. Any of the people that I don't really like on the main roster, I'm going to basically send down after the SmackDown. And then sort of any ones that I like, I'm going to throw up to the main roster. And so I do that, so then it's continuously doing that. As well, pretty much with the storylines, I'm going to do storylines after the draft this week. I'm starting to do them now that I didn't do the last show. But basically, I'm gonna like transition in also storylines. As well, I'm pretty much signing quite a lot of roster members for this as well, for both WWE and NXT. Any people that I don't like the look of for both, I'll probably just end up getting rid of. Which might be Chris Kanyon for one. I'll probably end up getting rid of. Perhaps get rid of. Then also we've got people on the NXT that are basically sort of maybe coming up, maybe not, depending on. So next up, we've got Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston, who lose against the Edgeheads. I'm trying to make the Edgeheads sort of up in popularity because I think Kurt Hawkins had a string of losses on his team, so that's why he's back down to a important star. And then Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston, I'm trying to see if they are actually going to be Air Boom or not. Very good, because we do actually need quite a lot of tag teams for our stuff. Then R-Truth defeats Ted DiBiase Jr. with a Truth or Consequences. Basically, R-Truth, I'm trying to like make sort of higher up. Try and go maybe SmackDown. And then Ted DiBiase basically is... Ted is basically kind of a not really sure, maybe Raw to make Legacy, but I'm not really sure. Then next up we have a 40-way match. I don't know why, but Dolph Ziggler seems to be a face, which is a little bit annoying. But basically 40-way battle royal with quite a lot of our unimportant guys, which is what I might do. What I might do is just have the pre-show be sort of unimportant wrestlers, and so we'll do that. Like maybe people. Maybe I could do people like assigned to different brands, and then they basically just compete on the pre-show, just to either get wins and stuff like that. Technically, kind of like a velocity, but not a velocity. Like, not velocity, not heat, not whatever I think. What would be ECW's third brand? Well, second, well, kind of B show. I don't think they really had one. Maybe ECW on Sci-Fi, perhaps, but I don't really know. But basically, like Heat and Velocity with that. So basically, I'm gonna like put different people on different brands, and then basically have them just on the pre-show for that type of stuff. Also, I've got Heidenreich in. I've got Grandmaster Sexy in. I've also got Johnny Jeter in. Obviously, Dolph Ziggler. Got Caleb Conley in. Got Braden Walker in. Got Alex Riley on the main roster now. Basically, I'm gonna kind of like transition people in and out. So not everyone will probably stay on the main roster as unimportant stars. Also because I don't want to congest like the unimportant people. I maybe just use the unimportant people just for losses. Perhaps. Right, next up we have Murdoch and Cade defeating Colin Delaney and Jesse Dalton. Jesse Dalton is now on the main roster again. And then I'm trying to make Trevor Murdoch a bit more up in the roster. Then also a team that I didn't actually know actually existed, which is the Hard Knocks Connection. And also I need to give these two their tag name as well. And also maybe change the names. So Tyson Kidd and what was his name on WWE? Was it D.H. Smith or was it something else? I don't really know. But they got great chemistry again. Quite good. But I'm trying to make Charlie Haas better. And I might, instead of having Shelton on... Well, Shelton's going to go to a different brand than Charlie Haas. So I might put these two together as a tag team, just to do some stuff. Well, for them until time anyway. Then we have Drew McIntyre defeating Ace Steel with the move. No idea what that is. Then we have Sheamus, who defeats the Country Punks in a handicap match, trying to make Sheamus bigger in popularity. Then we have our first match of the main show, which is the winners of this match basically get 1 point for their brand, where Beth Phoenix and Layla defeat Ashley Morasso and Mickie James, when Beth Phoenix defeated Ashley Morasso with a Down in Flames. I haven't heard of that name at all. Unless it's probably that one where she asked him like, wait, isn't that the Glamazon Slam or something like that? What the hell is Down in Flames then? If that's the other thing. Unless she maybe transitions it to something else. So, Candice Michelle is back from injury, and she has been drafted to Raw, and she eyes down Beth and the women's title. So, maybe Candice Michelle will face Beth Phoenix for that title, which will be good. Then in the next match, which is a freer match, CM Punk defeats Umaga and Mr. Kennedy in a freer match, when CM Punk defeated Mr. Kennedy with a Pepsi Plunge. Although I'm pretty sure he hasn't used the Pepsi Plunge since ROH. I'm pretty sure. Then basically Mark Henry comes in and basically hits his finisher to Punk. I didn't know how to spell Blood's Strongest Slam, and I didn't think I could get it in. But basically, Mark Henry gets drafted to ECW, basically hits his finisher on CM Punk. These two are actually going to be in a rivalry to determine the number one contenders for the ECW title. So obviously, the ECW title match will be Tommy Dreamer versus Elijah Burke. Also as well, Obviously, there's the ECW PPV first, and then also there's WrestleMania. So I might do the... I'm not sure if I should do the title match at Anarchy Rules, or have the match at WrestleMania. I have to think about that. But basically it's like 4 weeks until the actual PPV, which is quite nice. Next up we have Ric Flair, who gets drafted to ECW. I know, that's quite weird. Basically, Flair gets drafted to ECW and puts a downed Punk in a figure 4 leg lock before Michaels intervenes. Basically, I don't know if I should maybe move these two off of ECW or keep them on ECW. If I keep them on ECW, I think maybe they might be good. Maybe. As well, a little bit of behind the scenes. I asked Ric Flair to basically retire in 3 months. I've also done one with Mr. McMahon, and I think that might be it for the 2 people. Maybe also Shane McMahon could also just be retired, because weirdly Vince McMahon is also a wrestler in this, which is quite bizarre. But maybe I could do Flair vs Michaels for 3 months, because that's how long the thing is. So maybe do like 3 months of basically just back and forth wins and losses, and then kind of have like one final match and have them to basically have to fight each other for the thing. Could be good. As well, I might change... Not sure if I might, but I might actually change... I might have to check, but I think maybe Summerversary is August, I think. And then I think Survivor Series I might put on November, and then so do 1, 4, 7, 11, perhaps. Or 7, 10. And basically every 3 months there's a main PPV. Could be good. Yeah, that'll be pretty good. And then also I'll pretty much just show you the events page after this, because I do have some different stuff to do with that. So that day, 72, which is not bad. 71, we have Santino Marella and John Morrison versus the Hardy Boys versus Rey Mysterio and Batista. As well, basically, Ric Flair is the manager of Batista. He is basically going to be a wrestler and also a manager for the next 3 months. Then I'll transition him to a manager, which actually he did well as in Evolution. But yeah. I did bad communication between Santino Marella and Batista. It was supposed to be Rey Mysterio and Batista. God damn it. Anyway, so the Hardy Boys win their match and basically get 2 points for their brand. Well, 2 draft picks. First off, we have Shelton Benjamin, who gets drafted to Raw. Shelton will basically be kind of like in the IC title picture. Honestly, I don't really know what exactly he is going to sort of do first, because but would it be, I'm not sure if it would be too early to do a the Money in the Bank storyline. Maybe because I kind of want to do that fairly early on, and then basically just do sort of like Money in the Bank kind of stuff. Could be good. Next up we have Carlito going to Raw as well. Carlito, probably IC again, but then also probably like doing different things. Could be good. Then we have our main event of the evening, which is Bobby Lashley versus Daivari versus Sabu in a throw match. Basically, I kind of wanted two people that basically Lashley could beat without inflicting their sort of like stuff. So basically, decided Lashley defeat Sabu with Daivari in there, so like two lesser wrestlers, which is kind of annoying with Sabu because Sabu is actually a very talented person. It's just that in this, he is recognisable, which is kind of annoying. Which, honestly, I might turn Sabu heel, perhaps. Perhaps, maybe just end the ECW originals and the New Breed and just have them like be separate things. Could be good. So basically, the Boogeyman has been drafted to SmackDown. Basically, I kind of just like moved a load of people around from when I did the wheel, because basically I kind of started like thinking up ideas in my head of like, oh wait, if he goes there, he doesn't really have anything to do, which the Boogeyman technically doesn't really have that much to do. Like SmackDown, I think it would be better off on SmackDown instead of like ECW or Raw. Raw, he would feel out of place. ECW, there isn't really anything for him to do on ECW, whereas I think SmackDown, he could challenge for like the United States title. He could also do some different stuff with that, so that's quite good. Then also we have MVP, who gets drafted to SmackDown, and basically MVP gets attacked from Mr. Kennedy from behind. Basically starting a rivalry with these two for the United States Contender Tournament. Well, United States thing. So basically these two will feud, and will probably end up having a match to determine the No Contenders status for the title. Why does this keep changing? I suppose something keeps changing down here that I keep noticing. I think it might be this or something else. Basically, you're going to do like Money in the Bank type of stuff with that, which Mr. McMahon announces that will be 3 Money in the Bank ladder matches this year. So basically, kind of like what they did with the Money in the Bank, I guess Money in the Bank PPV in a way. To sort of give like a load more people opportunity, and also having more people like have something to do at WrestleMania. We're going to basically have 3 Money in the Bank ladder matches, but it's going to be basically 2 from Raw, 2 from SmackDown, and 2 from ECW times 3. So basically it's going to be 2 people from each brand in one, and then basically we're going to do the same with the other 2. I kind of already know 2 of the people for definite that are going to win the Money in the Bank ladder matches. Basically, we're going to have 3 separate ones, so then basically there's like more sort of stuff to do, and then also because we have such a big roster, I feel like one would be kind of like a bit odd to do, if that makes sense. But if we have 3 Money in the Bank ladder matches, then that'll give all of the brands, well, it's not going to be like brand exclusive. Like, there isn't going to be one for like the ECW title, there isn't going to be one for the World or the WWE title. It's basically just going to be unaffiliated sort of Money in the Bank stuff. The picks might be like black, red and blue, like sort of with that type of stuff, but that's basically just because I want like 3 different Money in the Bank picks for them. So I think maybe the first one could maybe be red, second one could be blue, and then the third could be black and stuff like that. But like that's the only thing that's different between them. Like they are still like brand neutral, if that makes sense. So basically that they're like anyone. So for example, if maybe if maybe, let's say, off the top of my head, RVD won one of the Money in the Bank ladder matches. Like, it's kind of like when he, like, kind of like one of those where sort of like he then can basically challenge for any three of the titles. That's the same with the other two. Obviously, also as well, they can also swap brands. If they, so like basically if they win the Money in the Bank, and then go on to challenge for a title and then win it, they immediately sort of go over to that brand, kind of similar to CM Punk and stuff like that. Whereas, I guess maybe that sort of works if they lose as well, perhaps. Basically, sort of like that, where basically WrestleMania is going to be 3 different ladder matches. I'm going to decide on the participants for each one, sort of in my head. Going to all that type of stuff. So what I might do is maybe do like 6 qualifying matches, and then so I'll just like put them in different ones. So like 6 from Raw, 6 from SmackDown, 6 from ECW, and then basically just work out in my head who would be best fits for each one. And then have 3 Money in the Bank ladder match winners with the Money in the Bank briefcases in each one. And then basically the 3 Money in the Bank briefcases can be cashed in whenever. So it could literally be the what's that match that had like, I think it was the Championship Scramble or something like that. Like literally, wrestler could win and then suddenly cash in, win, cash in, win, cash in, win. Could literally happen, which is what I quite like. And then because obviously there's like quite a lot of roster people, I think maybe that'll be good for that. Also, how did we lose 8 regions of popularity when we had a great show? What? That doesn't make any sense. Unless it could be just that, it could just be that we kind of... I think it's because like we got to drop down to the previous size, which was medium. So I think that might be why we have lost quite a lot of stuff. So basically events is basically looking like this right now. So we've got New Year's Revolution, who is Raw. We've got Royal Rumble, that's basically January's one, which is undrafted. So as you can see, no New Year's Revolution is basically Raw drafted rather. Then we have No Way Out, which is SmackDown drafted. This one is ECW Anarchy Rules, which is ECW drafted. WrestleMania, obviously, is none. Then we have Backlash. Oops. Then we have, that is Raw. We have Judgment Day, which is SmackDown. We have ECW, which is ECW Guilty as Charged. Then we have this, which obviously we're going to probably change, which is basically Raw's, which we might change for something else, but No Mercy is, I think all of these are, Vengeance is SmackDown, Unforgiven is SmackDown, and I think No Mercy is SmackDown as well. So obviously we need to try and like see a different brand, like see a different PPV for that. Slammiversary is next. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. I mean, I could maybe throw SummerSlam over to July to fit with the 1-4-7-10 thing. Could be good. Yeah, I think that would be better. Because it's still a summer box office thing. basically we'll probably do something like that. Why the hell did that come up? Right, so Great American Bash will be. Oh, that's week 2. What is this talking about? Oh, this one. Okay. Right, so let's maybe throw this to week 2 for now, and then basically we're going to change it with something else. We're going to change Slammiversary to July week 4. Great American Bash, I guess we can maybe just give that a week 2. ECW Cyber Slam, then we have Cyber Sunday, which is Raw, then we have Armageddon, wait. July, August, September, October. Yeah, this works. Let's move this one to week 2, and then we're going to have Survivor Series on this one instead. Very good. So that one is week 10. Well, number 10. So we've got Survivor Series here. Up again, and then we have ECW December to Dismember. So that's basically all of the PPVs. Obviously, we're going to change this one for something else. So as well, as you can see, the ECW stuff is just labelled ECW, because they're technically like a third brand sort of stuff. Basically, I kind of did that. I believe WrestleMania runs for 4 hours, so that'll be quite good to do. So basically, this is kind of the. So this is kind of like the setup with it. Obviously, we're going to change this one, but the rest we're probably going to stay the same. And maybe do like. Obviously, WrestleMania will be the. What's it called again? The numeral stuff, and then the rest will basically be different years. So, for example, New Year's Revolution will be 2009, Rumble 2009, and then stuff like that. Whereas from Anarchy Rules down will basically be 2008. So, guys, thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next video, which will be whenever that is. I'm going to go now. So guys, thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment on the video. Also guys, have a good day and goodbye.